Today, we are in space. And the reason we're in space today is because I feel like space, especially this map in Trailmakers, is very underplayed. I mean, people enjoyed space for a brief time, and then a bunch of updates started coming out, and then space kind of just got left, well, in space. Just people stopped playing space. And I really liked Spacebound. It's a great map. The fact that we can go from space to planets with a gravity is very cool to me. So I needed an excuse to build something in space again. And what better for me to build than something huge? I'm thinking, let's try and build the biggest, colony ship I possibly can. But not like a sci-fi one, like a proper NASA, realistic human technology, giant colony spaceship. But before I do take on this giant project, I do want to state some ground rules that I'm going to give myself for this project. And that is, we still need to remain in complexity. I don't want to use any mods for that. I mean, it could be cool for me to use mods, but I want to see how big I can possibly build without using complexity mod. So that means I need to be smart. I need to use the biggest blocks possible, like these panel pieces and these panel pieces, because these are pretty much the biggest flat surface pieces we have in the game. I mean, we do have the 4x8, but I don't know. I mean, 2 of these compared to 2 of these, I mean, it's a choice, you know? We'll see what we can do. But first things first, let's actually get to building the front of this giant vessel. And I have a few choices of what seats I want to use, just to save complexity as well. I'm not going to make a custom cockpit. We're just going to use one of the default seats. So I'm either going to use the spaceship cockpit or even the large cockpit, because that actually looks pretty cool on its own. Okay, I've decided. I'm using the spaceship cockpit. Only because it's 4x4 in size. So with our very first piece down, we need to add a body. And I'm thinking, let's just add these rounded pieces just to start off with something. I feel like it's gonna be a skinny build, but to make it as big as possible, it's gonna be really long. And because it is a vessel of our own design, I can start doing some cool things like this. I'm gonna use this panel and see if I can add some more of these smooth panels to the side, which actually fit perfectly. And then we can get a bigger cylinder shape going on here. I may need to make a better transition here. I don't know. It just looks a little funky right now. But let's just keep copying those over. I don't know how stable this is going to be. The only attachment points to the, this front section is obviously that one panel. So I think adding another panel inside or on the end could kind of keep things together, because we don't want a really flexible build, you know? We don't want things getting out of hand. And this is 39 blocks so far, so not too bad. Also, I am planning on having this function, so it will have propulsion, but it's gonna be the bare minimum. No quantum rudders or anything, just some thrusters and some, I don't know, maybe a turning gyro for roll and stuff. I don't know. We'll see. My biggest concern is complexity. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out how to make this, transition from this giant tube to this smaller tube. I think I should use these sleek windshields. Will those fit? I mean, it kind of works. I don't know. Okay, finally, I did manage to make a better looking transition. So this looks more like the front of a rocket ship now. So I'm glad that's out the way. The only upsetting thing is, of course, just it's a bunch of small blocks. And I really am trying to go for as minimal detail and try and get this as big as possible, but still kind of make it look good. Also, I forgot about this block, but we do have these truss blocks in the game, and these are perfect for a NASA spaceship. Look how cool that is. So I'm definitely going to add some kind of solar panels on those or something soon. But before we even do that, I do have another idea, which is using the large pontoon to get this thing to look even cooler, because they look like fuel tanks. So if I just get a bunch of those on the body of the ship, there you go. Look at it come to life. Hull blocks as well. These are big blocks that could just fill out a big area. I can use a bunch of those. Okay, we're at 174 blocks now, and things are getting a little bit big at the back here. So I've stacked these tubes together just to make it more thick. I don't know. I feel like it needs to be more thick. I don't want it to be too skinny. It needs to have some kind of shape to it. Also, I want to use these balloons because these also look like fuel tanks. but I don't know if they have an effect in space. They shouldn't do, right? Well, we're about to find out. Here, let me get a few more, and I'm gonna spawn this in for the first time. Will it even let me spawn it in? Oh no. Oh no, my game is not... I'm gonna give it a quick save. It's saved. It won't let me leave the build menu, guys. Uh-oh. We're only at 182 blocks. What's happening? Uh-oh. Oh, no. I've broken the game. God damn it, Trailmakers. Come on. That's always happened to me. All right, well, I guess I gotta make a new space server. And I have returned. Man, I always spawn at this giant, like, spaceship that's already here, this giant model, and it's just got me thinking, there's no way I'm making my spaceship as big as this one. I'm not even a fraction of the size of this. No way. All right, the balloons in fact, don't do anything in space. So that's good. I think when I get to around 600 complexity, that's when I should be concerned. Because if I'm still building for form and no function in this thing, then we're going to have a little bit of issues, I think. But as you can see, I've added these flat pieces here, these 4x8s, just to flatten out these giant tubes here and potentially add some things to the side. I'm thinking I am actually going to put my solar panels on this instead of here, just because they protrude out a little bit more. So, you know, gotta get the maximum sunlight for my spaceship here. The greatest thing about the space update as well, in my opinion, are these greebles. Come on, guys. These are so cool. How can you not like these greebles? Just gotta add them on, you know. It brings your spaceship to life. There you go. Definitely not a waste of my blocks here. Solar panels on here, and I think I'm gonna make it tube back into a smaller piece, and then at the end go big again, and then have 4 rocket boosters. I think that's a good plan. So I'm going to need to fill in these gaps here. There we go. And start making this side of the box. Little box section, you know, little boxy box. Now I feel like I gotta make some pretty rad custom satellite dishes here, and I think I should use the wide windshield. I want them on the end of these giant truss blocks here, and I think if I round it off like this, I mean, there's a little bit of a gap in this dish, but you know, it's a giant spaceship, so there's gonna be flaws. I mean, I actually can't fill them in. There you go, I'm filling them in. Okay, then what block fits in the middle? Is it gonna be my panel piece? Damn it, it always is the panel piece, bro. Look how good that is. Now I just need the little antenna thing. How about I use these? Would this work? I think this might work. Oh, that looks okay. It looks okay. It's like missing something on the end, though. I found it. I have found the perfect piece. It's the fire pit, but I've taken off the fire. Now I just need to copy that across to the other side, and then voila, we have 2 funky-looking satellite dishes, because communication is key. I don't know if I want to bring those back a little bit. Actually, why don't I just extend the front? How could this happen? Okay, we've used more than half my complexity now. Damn it, this isn't good. Fill out that detail. I don't know if there's too much going on now. So that's like my biggest worry. Is there too much? Do I have too many fuel tanks and stuff? I don't know. I just want them to look like tubes and things that look helpful and are needed on a NASA-style spaceship. Also, I am probably most likely gonna make this spaceship just go forwards. I don't think I'm gonna bother with a reverse. I mean, actually, I might need to slow down. Where are the damn rockets? I need the rockets. Where are the rockets? God, I just never can find anything in this thing. There we go, rocket. That looks tiny in this tube. Now, things might get a little bit expensive here, guys, because I need to make tubes out of the rounded pieces, and to make 1 tube, I gotta use 4 of these, and that's gonna be expensive, because look, that's 8 there, and then another 8 over here. And obviously another 16 on this side. Does that even look good? Does it even look good? I don't know. It's gonna have to do. It's thrusters. I needed them to stick out a bit. But so far, my colony spaceship is looking good. I've cleaned up this area. Just got rid of the pontoons on this side because I want this to be like the main living area. So this is where Like, you can imagine the interior of the spaceship. There's the cockpit, you know, there's a bunch of stuff and rooms and whatnot in these tunnels. And, you know, you fly around in 0G, and then you get into this room. And this room is just like where the beds are and where you eat. I don't know, just things like that. Just normal things for human living. I should probably add some windows. That might be cool. Little windows. Seriously, there's no connection point there? Dude. Okay, this is... Alright, I'm gonna have to waste some blocks here, guys. Gotta waste these blocks for the finer details. Okay, there we go. We have windows. Yes. Now our imaginary people can see through our windows. Right. Let's get those solar panels on, because this thing won't be powered without the solar panels. And I've added these pillar intakes because they look good as mounting points. I don't know how big I want my solar panels to be. I think pretty big, right? Let's make them as big as we can without making it look too ridiculous. Okay, with those few extensions on, I have finished... Oh, obviously, yeah, I finished the solar panels, but I've also extended this area a little bit, and it's looking good. It's looking good. It's the spaceship. We got the spaceship. Look, we got the solar panel. We got the rocket booster. We got fuel. You like fuel? We got fuel. We got windows. All right, I am happy with those little details and extensions I have been adding, and we might have went over a little bit. We're on 673, and I wanted to get to 600 and then start doing the function. But, I mean, all I need is gyros, and I think I should be able to afford that. We already have our rocket thrusters going forwards, and there's some inside of the build to make it reverse, and, you know, basic controls. But somewhere in my blueprints, I actually have a little brain, a gyro brain. All right, there it is. I found it. Wow, this is tiny. Where am I gonna put this? This is gonna control all of my turning, like all of it. It's probably gonna do nothing. All right, we're gonna put it in this middle section, and we're gonna see how much control I have with that. So that's my yaw control. I mean, it's working. That's looking pretty good. My roll. Okay, roll is good. Roll is pretty fast. And my pitch. It works. And I start going forwards. And the entire vessel is moving. Yes. Okay, I love that. So that brings us up to 679. I just wonder, what can I do? What can I do with that? It's gotta be greebles and stuff, right? Accessories. I finally finished my max complexity colony vessel here. And it's actually really big. It's bigger than I expected it to be. So if I give that a save, I can actually show you what I ended up doing with the rest of my points here. And what I've done is actually quite cool. I've given the build some character. Because if I spawn it in and I actually roll, if you look closely, you can see there's smoke and there's also a sound effect. Just like on proper, like, spaceships. You know, like they have the air coming out or whatever it is to rotate the ships in space. I don't know. I only have it for roll and pitch, though. There's none for yaw. I just ran out of blocks. But yeah, I just think that looks really cool, especially when I paint those white. Talking about painting, I think it's absolutely time we give this a paint job. So first things first, we need a primer. And we're going to go for white because it's a normal spaceship. Normal spaceships seem to be white. And I'm just gonna go along and paint everything, like the solar panels and all the individual pieces, until I'm happy. Okay. It has been painted. Would you like to see? Of course you freaking would. Let's see it. Here it is. Here is the painted spaceship, colony spaceship. Oh, wait. I just noticed something. Why are these balloons not inflated? Hang on, I need to fix that really quick. Ah, Trailmakers, why are you not doing your job? There you go. Now you can see it in all its glory. Let's give you a tour of the spaceship. So here's the cockpit. I'm not really sure how the astronaut would get in there if the chair's in the way. I don't know. Just don't worry about that. But inside here is a bunch of imaginary hallways and stuff. So yeah, but on the outside, we got the satellite dishes, the big ones for big communication. We got more of the containers and the fuel. We got these things, which are like fuel tanks as well, but round, but they're in a really cool chrome. I don't know, this texture just looks really good from afar. Look how shiny those are. We got the greebles. You know, just simple paint job on the greebles. Here's the most interesting part, though. On this main living section, we have windows. Obviously, we have the windows, but you can see the light emanating from the windows. And I've just used the decal for those. But here we have like the normal lights here. But here we have green. And the green is supposed to represent like a room where you can grow potatoes and stuff. I don't know. Just a vegetation room. But yeah, we've done the solar panels, and the solar panels look really good because I've used that square texture, and they're just simply orange. They look really nice. Then we have the Cosmocorp logo. Now, I initially built these to be like some kind of, I don't know, landing pad or whatever for like space shuttles to land on. But yeah, I guess I put the logo on there now, so I don't know. Let's also just appreciate the struts, the metallic struts. They look really, really good. And then as we move on to the end, we got some simple paint jobs again. And then we have the thrusters in a metallic, dark metal and bronze. And I just think that looks amazing. So yeah, there is the build in all of its glory. So the only thing left to do now is, I don't know, fly it around in space. So here we go. We're rotating. And we can travel from planet system to planet system, or even solar system, using this. Might take a few light years to get to the next galaxy, Andromeda, but you know, it is what it is. You just gotta pretend there's like those sleeping cryopods inside. I mean, you can gain some speed because I'm not using any quantum rudders. You can gain some serious speed, and I guess that's the idea. I'm trying not to crash into that giant asteroid. Am I losing stability? Oh no. Wait, which side is the top? I don't even know which is the top. It's so symmetrical. Obviously, this is human technology. We don't have the technology to go instant warp speeds, you know, light speeds. That's what I'm talking about. We don't have hyperdrives, but it is theoretically possible. Oh, there we go. We just teleported. Wow, that was cool. Or if you just hit the edge of the map. We're going 1,000 miles per hour. But yes, it is theoretically possible to get a spaceship to go insane speeds to get to a distant galaxy a lot quicker, even though if it's still light years apart. But it's just fuel. Fuel is the issue. I don't know. We're going on a different tangent here. We're going on a whole different scientific tangent. But we've just hit 1,600 miles per hour. And things are looking a little shaky. It's tilting a little. I don't know why that's tilting. But we're just going to keep going. Oh, we've warped again. I don't know why. Why am I... we're going way faster than the speed of sound. I just want to see... Oh, wow. We're teleporting instantly now. Let's go into F5 really quick. Unpause time and see how fast we go. 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye. I'm just happy that I built a max complexity colony ship at this scale. Should we actually compare it? I want to compare it to some other builds really quick. I think that would be the last thing to do, is compare it to other builds. Okay, I think this oversized custom AC-130 is one of the biggest creations I have. And you can see that in terms of length, that my spaceship here is way bigger. Here we go. We have the Endeavor. Oh my god. If you remember when I built this like a while ago, I was so proud of this because it has the coupling mechanism. But like, this pales in comparison to this build. Look at the difference in size there. Wow. I'm gonna pull out my like tiny space shuttle now. It's actually a normal size build because it's using the large cockpit, so it's not that small. But that size comparison as well is crazy. Like, look at that. Well, I'm super happy with this creation. I hope you guys like it, and I hope I've inspired some people to get back into building things in space. Doesn't have to be an insanely sized build like mine, but I mean, if you want to try it, go for it. Just remember, if you're not using complexity mod, try your best to use the biggest blocks possible, because it worked for me. Also, this spaceship needs a name, so I'm gonna leave it to you guys in the comments to give this giant colony spaceship a name. It's completely up to you guys. And whoever comes up with the coolest name, I will definitely pin you in the comments so everyone can see how epic you are for naming my creation. If you want to see me build more creations like this, leave your suggestions down below on what else I should build. And whilst you're at it, why not consider subscribing? It's free. But anyway, that's enough from me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.